welcome to the Body for Minds podcast, the space where we explore how to connect more deeply with your body so you can lead with clarity, confidence, and calm. I'm your host, Katrina, and today's episode is one I've wanted to share for a long time. Because this topic, I've lived it. I've been the ambitious woman juggling deadlines and daycare pickups, wondering why I felt so disconnected from myself, even when things looked okay from the outside. I know what it's like to push past your limits, to override your needs, to doubt your worth, not because you lack ability, but because you're utterly depleted. And now as a coach, I see these same patterns show up again and again in other mothers. So today I want to share why body awareness, not another productivity hack or mindset trick, is the most powerful, underused tool ambitious mothers can lean into, and why it's the starting point, not the whole journey. Let's get into it. Many women, and girls even, grow up learning that their bodies are objects to be judged. Not directly perhaps, but subtly. Through compliments that focus on looks, through critiques that police what's appropriate, through being told to smile more or being catcalled on the street. We learn that our bodies are visible, not felt, that they belong to the gaze of others. And this early conditioning sets the stage for disconnection. Then comes pregnancy, and suddenly the body is public property. You're advised, restricted, monitored. Even with the best intentions, it's easy to feel like your body is no longer your own. And maybe you've even experienced complete strangers coming up to you, wanting to touch your belly. I know, I've been there. Postpartum, it continues, feeding, rocking, responding. Whether or not you're breastfeeding, the baby's needs dominate. And in that, the mother's body often becomes invisible again, only this time even to herself. And we haven't even mentioned the pressure to bounce back physically, or the fact that your brain literally rewires itself in pregnancy and postpartum. When mothers return to work, they often face a quiet shift. Their competence isn't questioned, but their ambition is. Their commitment is quietly doubted, especially if they're working part-time or stepping out to pick up a child. They don't network because they're racing against the clock. They don't delegate because they don't want to burden anyone or appear overwhelmed. And they often hesitate to advocate for their own growth, not because they lack ambition, but because they fear others will assume they're already overwhelmed, just by virtue of being a mother. Worse still, they start to internalize those assumptions. They think, what if I do speak up and actually get the promotion? What if it's too much? What if I prove them right? And so they hold back, not from a lack of ability, but from a deep-seated worry that they won't be allowed to fail or even wobble, and that they need to conform to other people's standards. This is how other people's doubts become self-fulfilling. Mothers begin to adopt others' perception of what they can and can't handle, and that disconnect from their own inner truth grows wider. Meanwhile, the mental load is constant, the physical fatigue builds, and the body keeps score. Sometimes even early perimenopause symptoms sneak in, like brain fog, memory lapses, further chipping away at confidence. This is where body awareness comes in, because when a mother knows how to tune into her body, really tune in, she stops pushing through for the sake of appearing strong. She starts noticing what she needs, what she wants, and what she's ready to let go of. She becomes less reactive, more intentional. She protects her energy. She sets boundaries that don't need explanation or apology. She leads not just from a calendar or to-do list, but from a grounded place of self-knowledge. And this doesn't mean she stops being strategic or professional. It means she finally has a solid foundation to make strategic choices about her time, her work, her leadership path. Let me be clear, body awareness is one of the most important tools in my toolbox, but it's not the only one. Once my clients reconnect with themselves physically, they often need help with practical next steps, like how do I ask for a boundary without sounding like I'm not a team player? How do I restructure my workload without losing credibility? How do I navigate ambition when my time and energy are stretched thin? And this is where we work on strategy, communication, and boundary setting, but now from a place of clarity and confidence. Because when you're connected to your body, you don't just know what's too much. You believe you deserve better, and you can advocate for it without guilt. So if you've been feeling stuck, unclear, or exhausted, not because you don't care, but because you care so much, please know this. You don't need to push harder. You need to come home to yourself. And that starts by coming back to your body. If you're curious about how body awareness can support your professional growth, check the show notes for more resources and ways to work together. And as always, if this episode resonated, please share it with a fellow mama navigating the same journey. Until next time, more you, not more to do.